World-class technology companies don't rent their vision, they own it. And the only company on the planet that cares more about your success, well, it's only Keller Williams.
We're living in a time where technology is rewriting the rules for just about everything. There are very few real estate businesses that have positioned themselves to play that game. Do you get that?
When we do this and we bring these types of experiences together and we lab this, and then you guys take your ingenuity and your real estate expertise and layer this on top, it becomes untouchable.
We are literally going everywhere we can in the transaction, literally circling the wagons to create an end-to-end value proposition that you can take to your buyers and sellers. Got it?
Our goal is nothing short of reinventing how people experience real estate through technology and making sure that you're the owner of that technology.
The world's largest real estate company with the most real estate data partnered with the world's largest social platform with the most social data, combining forces to create the most value for realtors. We knew then that if we built something together that we could start setting records in real estate, and we've been starting to do that. Hello, Keller Williams Malaysia. It's Josh Team. I'm the president here at Keller Williams, and I'm so excited to talk to you today. I wanted to personally thank you for trusting us at Keller Williams when you moved 800 plus of your agents over into our family and are continuing to take the Keller Williams value proposition, our models, and our culture and painting the rest of the world red with Keller Williams. We're so indebted and honored that you would trust us in that journey, especially right in the beginning of a pandemic. 2020 has been a crazy year. Economic uncertainty, a health crisis, political unrest around the world. And we want to continue being your partner in helping you achieve the business goals for you and your associates through Keller Williams. I know you guys have been one of the best adopters of Command, and with opportunities just rolling out, we're excited about continuing to connect the transaction, the real estate transaction, with the consumer, the agent, all the way through fulfillment of that deal. We're excited about your enthusiasm and your adoption of our technology that only makes our platform better. We've got strong penetration here in the States, and with connecting you guys in Malaysia, all of us using the same platform, it's really a big deal. So I want to thank you for your partnership. I want to thank you for your support. I want to let you know we're here with you. We're all in this together, and I hope you guys have a great tech-enabled agent event.
Hello to all of our family at KW Malaysia. This is Bill Soderoff, president of Keller Williams Worldwide, coming to you in the middle of November after a year which is so different from what any of us expected. We're on the verge right now of launching our greatest initiative. What is that? Well, it's really three things. First is we have mastered how to do business and survive and thrive in COVID. Nobody ever expected this. Nobody ever expected us to be in the middle of November with all these things occurring. And we have become masters of our own destiny by growing numbers of regions, market centers, and growing with agent productivity. Remarkable, and thank you to each of you. The next thing about us, our leadership has come forward and created beyond what we would ever imagine. You're about to begin the tech-enabled agent event, and I give a credit to Jonathan and Christine and the entire team at KW Malaysia for all the effort and the work that you put into it. And the third is to say that, as we've talked about a number of times, KW Malaysia is leading the way for all of our agents around the world. So thank you. I really appreciate the way that each of you has come forward and made sure that you and your families have stayed safe during COVID-19. But not only that, you learned to thrive. And so with this initiative for the Tech-Enabled Agent event, I can see that you're moving to the next step on taking control of your own destiny. So as I've said 3 or 4 times, thank you. Let's go forth and multiply. Now over to JP Lewis, our Vice President. JP?
Thank you, Bill. It's a real honor to be here as you kick off your event. Bill and I are so proud to be in business with each and every one of you. Jonathan, Christine, David, Serene, the entire leadership team of KW Malaysia have been such wonderful partners in what is by far the most challenging year we've ever experienced. And yet you thrive. You continue to shine because you do this for your people, and we couldn't thank you enough. It's exactly who we are, and you have complimented us so wonderfully in the short time that KW Malaysia has been a part of our family. And now as we move forward, you are the biggest adopters of all of our worldwide regions of this technology journey that we're all on. And I want to applaud your agents, your market centers, your regional technology leadership, and of course, the entire regional leadership team for the example you're setting. This is how we build a company for agents, by agents. And you are jumping in with a lot of curiosity, a lot of engagement, a lot of great questions around adapting and adopting technology into your businesses. So thank you for doing that. You're making us smarter. As you guys know, we're on a journey that started 4 years ago, and it's only going to accelerate. So as we go into 2021 in this tech-enabled agent journey, we are going to focus on doing exactly that. And that is enabling our agents with technology to be the center of the transaction. This is all about putting our agents first, because they are the fiduciary. It is the client, is the agent that the client chooses, and our technology is designed by agents for that exact purpose, to keep you at the center of the transaction. So thank you for what you're doing. We applaud you for having this event and all of the training that you've been doing as a region. As Bill said, we couldn't be more proud to be in business with each and every one of you. Thank you for what you're doing, and keep up the great work. Have a wonderful event. We wish we could be there in person, but soon, very soon, when this pandemic's behind us, we plan to come congratulate you in person. Take care. We love you guys, and have a great event.
World-class technology companies don't rent their vision, they own it. And the only company on the planet that cares more about your success, well, it's only Keller Williams.
We're living in a time where technology is rewriting the rules for just about everything. There are very few real estate businesses that have positioned themselves to play that game. Do you get that?
When we do this and we bring these types of experiences together and we lab this, and then you guys take your ingenuity and your real estate expertise and layer this on top, it becomes untouchable.
We are literally going everywhere we can into transaction, literally circling the wagons to create an end-to-end value proposition that you can take to your buyers and sellers. Got it?
Our goal is nothing short of reinventing how people experience real estate through technology and making sure that you're the owner of that technology.
The world's largest real estate company with the most real estate data partnered with the world's largest social platform with the most social data, combining forces to create the most value for realtors. We knew then that if we built something together, that we could start setting records in real estate, and we've been starting to do that. Hello, Keller Williams Malaysia. It's Josh Team. I'm the president here at Keller Williams, and I'm so excited to talk to you today. I wanted to personally thank you for trusting us at Keller Williams when you moved 800 plus of your agents over into our family and are continuing to take the Keller Williams value proposition, our models, and our culture, and painting the rest of the world red with Keller Williams. We're so indebted and honored that you would trust us in that journey, especially right in the beginning of a pandemic. 2020 has been a crazy year. Economic uncertainty, a health crisis, political unrest around the world. And we want to continue being your partner in helping you achieve the business goals for you and your associates through Keller Williams. I know you guys have been one of the best adopters of Command, and with opportunities just rolling out, we're excited about continuing to connect the transaction, the real estate transaction, with the consumer, the agent, all the way through fulfillment of that deal. We're excited about your enthusiasm and your adoption of our technology. That only makes our platform better. We've got strong penetration here in the States, and with connecting you guys in Malaysia, all of us using the same platform, it's really a big deal. So I want to thank you for your partnership. I want to thank you for your support. I want to let you know we're here with you. We're all in this together, and I hope you guys have a great tech-enabled agent event.
Hello to all of our family at KW Malaysia. This is Bill Soderoff, president of Keller Williams Worldwide, coming to you in the middle of November after a year which is so different from what any of us expected. We're on the verge right now of launching our greatest initiative. What is that? Well, it's really three things. First is we have mastered how to do business and survive and thrive in COVID. Nobody ever expected this. Nobody ever expected us to be in the middle of November with all these things occurring. And we have become masters of our own destiny by growing numbers of regions, market centers, and growing with agent productivity. Remarkable. And thank you to each of you. The next thing about us, our leadership has come forward and created beyond what we would ever imagine. You're about to begin the tech-enabled agent event, and I give a credit to Jonathan and Christine and the entire team at KW Malaysia for all the effort and the work that you put into it. And the third is to say that, as we've talked about a number of times, KW Malaysia is leading the way for all of our agents around the world. So thank you. I really appreciate the way that each of you has come forward and made sure that you and your families have stayed safe during COVID-19. But not only that, you learned to thrive. And so with this initiative for the Tech-Enabled Agent event, I can see that you're moving to the next step on taking control of your own destiny. So as I've said 3 or 4 times, thank you. Let's go forth and multiply. Now over to JP Lewis, our Vice President. JP?
Thank you, Bill. It's a real honor to be here as you kick off your event. Bill and I are so proud to be in business with each and every one of you. Jonathan, Christine, David, Serene, the entire leadership team of KW Malaysia have been such wonderful partners in what is by far the most challenging year we've ever experienced. And yet you thrive. You continue to shine because you do this for your people. And we couldn't thank you enough. It's exactly who we are, and you have complimented us so wonderfully in the short time that KW Malaysia has been a part of our family. And now as we move forward, you are the biggest adopters of all of our worldwide regions of this technology journey that we're all on. And I want to applaud your agents, your market centers, your regional technology leadership, and of course, the entire regional leadership team for the example you're setting. This is how we build a company for agents, by agents. And you are jumping in with a lot of curiosity, a lot of engagement, a lot of great questions around adapting and adopting technology into your businesses. So thank you for doing that. You're making us smarter. As you guys know, we're on a journey that started 4 years ago, and it's only going to accelerate. So as we go into 2021 in this tech-enabled agent journey, we are going to focus on doing exactly that. And that is enabling our agents with technology to be the center of the transaction. This is all about putting our agents first because they are the fiduciary. It is the client, is the agent that the client chooses, and our technology is designed by agents for that exact purpose, to keep you at the center of the transaction. So thank you for what you're doing. We applaud you for having this event and all of the training that you've been doing as a region. As Bill said, we couldn't be more proud to be in business with each and every one of you. Thank you for what you're doing and keep up the great work. Have a wonderful event. We wish we could be there in person, but soon, very soon, when this pandemic's behind us, we plan to come congratulate you in person. Take care. We love you guys and have a great event.
this session right now because there are a lot of sensitive information that we'll be sharing, a lot of strategic approaches in how we run our business. Okay, I hear you have no sound right now. Hang on, let me just check. Do you guys hear my sound right now? Are you all able to hear me right now? Got it. Awesome. Okay. Afternoon, after lunch, the technology a little bit slow. Okay, we are getting there. Okay, revolutionizing it after lunch is a bit of a challenge, so I hope you all get that just now. Okay, cool. So Siu Min is our regional technology strategist. Her role is to help deploy technology, to look at strategically how can help you as an agent to adopt technology fast in this season of this change right now. So that was just a summary of what she said. It's not that you all didn't hear, but never mind. Let's move on. So, but please do not record or take pictures of the graphics that you will see in this presentation later. There are strategic information here that we don't want our competitors to know, but you can feel free to take pictures of me and her, of us doing our actions and all that. That's fine. Post it and be excited about it, but not the graphics and the information or data that we are sharing with you right now. Most importantly, I want to start today from a point of gratitude. I want to thank all of you here for taking time of your business to come and be with us in this session. I want to thank you for choosing to be in business with us, to partner us in your real estate business, because that's truly why we are here, is to help you to do better and to get to where you want to get and to become what you want to become. That's our goal here from the leadership of this company. So thank you very much for being part of this business with us. Today, we'll be talking a little bit about the tech-enabled agent. We want to give you a perspective and a journey to kind of explain to you in a very simple and direct way what really is a tech-enabled agent right now. You hear a lot about that. And that's something that we will try to unpack for you as we move along today. Both Siu Min and I will have various ways to unpack this and kind of give you that perspective. At the same time, we will be making some major announcements as we proceed in to the rest of this afternoon session. Now let's start with the vision. Now, Gary Keller, Josh Team, and the entire KWRI leadership had this vision 5 years ago, that in order for us to stay ahead of our competition, in order for us to make sure that we are embracing technology and not being disrupted by technology, the first thing to do is to find ourselves in becoming a technology company. And in order for you to become a technology company, these are the things that you must build. If you look at this chart here, the vision of Keller Williams 5 years ago is to really find a way to have the virtual agent, the virtual market center, and the virtual consumer. And in order for you to have all these functions, what we call it the end-to-end experience for real estate, is to redefine that end-to-end experience for real estate, is first you must build that purpose-built, cloud-based background or the backdrop or the foundation of the technology called Keller Cloud. And then you have an AI that's proprietary and specific for real estate called Kelly. You've got to build these two things first before you can have those things above it, right? So now these are all ready and running right now. And Keller Cloud has the ability to connect API with other technology platforms. For example, DocuSign. For example, there are many other platforms there is, and today we'll be announcing one of them for you, all of us here in Malaysia. That the ability to push data through multiple systems at the same time. Now, the thing about this, in order for us to build technology for you, or in order for you to decide to build this technology for yourself, cost is involved. Right? All of us who needs to subscribe to technology, who needs to adopt technology, you need to pay money for content. You need to pay money to use technology. And the goal of us is this: rather than relying on vendors out there, third-party vendors out there, which most companies are doing that right now. In fact, all of them are third-party vendors right now. Keller Williams have decided to design their own and build their own technology so that the cost of the technology can be as minimum as possible for every angel in this whole entire world. The goal is to put the cost of technology so low that all agents can afford to go get on the bandwagon. So that's the vision of this company here right now. I just want you all to sink in for a moment. Now, in order for us to kind of have a better perspective and a better understanding, I had the privilege and honor to have a conversation with Jason Abrams just a couple of days ago. It was recorded, and in that conversation, I wanted Jason to kind of express to all of us the vision of the technology for a real estate agent based on what Gary Keller and the whole entire KWRI team in the US has kind of piece through, so to help us to redefine our business from a tech-enabled perspective. So this is going to be a short interview. In this session today, we will be hearing a lot of interviews, a lot of conversations, and it will be a live conversation and also a video conversation going back and forth very quickly to kind of bring you that perspective of a tech-enabled agent right now. So this is a short interview that I want you guys to watch, sit back and think through and try to capture that vision that Jason has for all of us. Enjoy the video right now.
Hey, Jason, thank you so much for joining us on this call today.
It's an honor to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I think I want to quickly start on with some questions about the vision for KW in the area of technology for agents. Can you share a little bit about that vision for agents in the realm of technology?
Sure. We looked up 4 or 5 years ago and realized that technology wasn't going away. It wasn't like a fad. People hadn't gotten over it. It was here to stay. And it's become so pervasive in every part of our life. If you think about it for a moment, you all are using a tech stack in your personal lives. And it might be, here in the US, I would say I use Amazon and I use Netflix and I use Facebook. And some of those are probably similar. And then there's, I'm sure, a whole suite of different ones that you're using. But it would make sense that if technology is going to be part of our daily lives, then it would then become part of our businesses. And when we looked up and we realized that most of the technology for real estate agents was designed and owned and conceived by people who were not in the real estate business, that was very concerning for us. And we made a decision that if real estate agents were going to stay at the center of the transaction, side by side with the consumer, then we were going to need to create our own technology that solved the problems that real estate agents have. We were going to enhance the technology that consumers use to look and think about real estate. And we were committed to driving the cost of technology for the realtor down to zero or as close to zero as we could get it. That was the guiding vision.
And in order to do that, you guys have to disrupt yourself, right? You have to really think about how do we just go virtually based, like how Gary Keller says it, virtually based, physically enhanced. What was that feeling like in the past 5 years when you just started that journey? How did that look like? What was that how did you go across that hurdle and say, let's just cut it off and just do this right now?
Yeah, it was really scary, especially for me. I've been a real estate agent for 20 years and I never really used very much technology. And so the idea that all of a sudden I was going to have to start using it or thinking about using it in every aspect of my business was a scary one. And so what I did was I decided on a few baseline truths that I believe are never going to change. Number one, people do business with people they like. I just believe that's a universal truth. Number two, we're not creating more buyers and sellers. People buy and sell real estate, whether we are in the real estate business or not. And they buy or sell it because they have life events. They get a job, they lose a job, they get rich, they get poor, they find love, they get divorced, they have a kid, they become an empty nester, they get a new job, they retire. Like, these are the reasons. And once I was clear on those two things, then it became much easier to think about technology. Technology needs to make me more likable to more people. That's it. And technology needs to help me be in the right place at the right time in more people's lives. Once I got really comfortable with those two ideas, then all the scariness kind of went away. And what we started doing was asking ourselves the question, what activities do we do on a daily basis? How do we grow our real estate business? How do we run our real estate business? And then how can technology either make those things all happen faster, cheaper, or more human? And we literally spent years going through every aspect of the real estate business and how it's being done here and asking those questions. The answers became our roadmap, and we drew out a 4-year roadmap. And since then, we've continued to improve on it, and that's where we are today.
Yeah. And that has led how KWRI looked at the technology is just not getting vendors to come in and just give us tech at a cheaper cost, but to build the entire platform from scratch. and call ourselves a technology company, right? And people say you're crazy, right?
Well,
right.
Everybody said we were crazy, and people made fun of us, and that's okay. Everybody always makes fun of new ideas, but you know it was the right idea when now the rest of the industry is kind of trying to play catch up, which is a really difficult thing to play when it comes to technology. Because technology, good tech anyway, it just takes time. No matter how much money you have, it just takes time to build it. And the truth is, we had been in vendor relationships before. And you look up at a lot of our competitors, you know, the Remaxes and the Century 21s and the Coldwell Bankers of the world. And we know what it is to be in the relationships with tech companies that they're in, which is it often will start cheap, but it never really ends cheap. And it's often a product and you have no say in what happens with that product. The only way to actually control your technology is to own it and build it yourself. You don't see Amazon using bolt-on technology. You don't see Google using that. You don't see Facebook didn't say who's the best vendor we can get to build out this feed. Like no real tech companies say that. And so why should the residential real estate agent have to say that? We thought that was absurd.
We are very excited in Malaysia right now because campaigns just got live on 16th of September. And I remember this date very clearly because that was Malaysia Day, the day we celebrate the formation of Malaysia. At the same time, it was during Mega Camp. And I was playing around with campaigns. Fast forward the past 6-7 weeks, we ran about 409 campaigns in Malaysia. We generated about 3,000 leads for under $1.30 per lead.
Wow.
By just that's crazy, right? It's unheard of, right? And that's 90% of the cost per lead that an average agent in Malaysia will spend. 90% off. Can you kind of share with us like some realities? How is this possible? What's that relationship that Facebook and KW Command has in that journey of enabling the agents to have that kind of cost per lead?
You know, what's really interesting is you can go out to a third-party purveyor and try to run the exact same Facebook ads that you're running. And usually you'll see that the leads you get through Command will end up being cheaper. And there's some reasons for that. Number one, we're operating at such a large scale that the amount of data that we're coming back in real time for us to keep incrementally improving on it is astounding. And there are little things that you would never think of, like placement. How far down in somebody's feed does the ad come up? How many times do they have to move it before they see it? Our hook points, are we able to stop the scroll fast enough? How quickly can we get them to then, that's a squeeze page, can we get them to the actual landing page? How fast and how accurate can we make the process where they enter their information? All of these things start to play into it. You realize that there's hundreds of different variables that give our agents right now what I would deem to be an unfair advantage in the marketplace. If I had to tell you where we're headed with this, is that we'll start to better understand the hook points for the consumer. There's a great book here. There's a great book actually called Hook Point, written by a gentleman named Brendan Kane, who has been helping consult here at KWRI. He also wrote a book called 1 Million Followers, really a dynamic thinker. And the argument that he makes is that there are points in our lives when we're more apt to click on these sort of things in Facebook. And he's an expert in helping people uncover what those hook points are. The cost of the leads you'll see will continue to go down, and you'll see the ease by which you can run a campaign, which already I think it's amazingly easy. We're at an average time of about 4.5 minutes when somebody starts making an ad to when they actually push submit. And as we keep lowering the time and lowering the cost, we'll see more agents doing it. I would like to caution your folks, though, if I can. It would be a tremendous mistake to be generating these sort of leads at this sort of cost and then not follow up with these people over the long term with frequency and intensity. And there's a drawing that we've been using for years to talk about it, and you're probably familiar with it. It's this drawing here. And the way that this works, just really quickly, is that at the top of this point, this is the day that somebody buys a home with you as a real estate agent, and you collect your commission and they get their property. If that's the case, then this right here, this is the very next day, because no one buys a home the day after they buy a home. You all know that. It then means, though, that these are the points where they're going to buy their next properties. And so here in the US, the average time between home purchases is 3 to 7 years. I don't know what it is in Malaysia, but you fill in the number. This means, right, that every single day past this day, the lead kind of goes up in value as you get closer to the next day they want to buy a house. The problem that we have as an industry is if I gave you a lead right here, this close, you would say, this is the best lead ever. But if I give you a lead down here, you say the leads are no good. But the truth is, each of these people represent the exact same future financial opportunity. They're both still going to buy 3 houses. The only difference is when it starts. So everybody in your life right now is somewhere between here and here. And if you knew them well enough, you'd be able to go and you could start plotting them on this map. That's just truth. We have to be very careful that as you create more and more Facebook opportunities, they're not leads, they're people. And so as you meet more and more people, you don't discard any of them. And you simply follow up with them over time, because when they get here, that's when they're finally ready to talk to you. And this is why email campaigns like the monthly neighborhood nurture, this is why things like a quarterly phone call to the people, this is why following up with them becomes so important, because every single human that you generate from Facebook or any other sort of lead generation who actually lives in a house is somewhere on this document. We must never forget that. As soon as we start treating them like leads and not like people, we're going to lose. And I think that's a very important point.
And this just validates that the lead generation model in the MREA is still so valid right now, despite of how technology is, because technology is just the enabler, right? The models are really the way we interact with people, and technology helps us do it even much more efficiently.
That's right. And you guys have all seen this drawing a million times. I'm going to hold it up here. There's only 3 parts of the real estate business. We have lead generation, we have follow-up, and we have transacting. Any way you want to lead generate is fine. All I'm telling you is Facebook leads through command is the first time that with no additional effort, while you're sleeping, you can be generating leads. But if you think you're going to go from here to here without the follow-up in the middle, you're mistaken.
Just have one last question, Jason. Just one last question. Now, there are many agents that's been with us for more than 20 to 30 years, because we are a 38 years old company in Malaysia. And a lot of them are not embracing technology yet, but they're still doing very, very well. What are some of your advice for those people? What is that? How do we start? Where do we start right now? Because we know we have so much in technology right now in command. It can be overwhelming. How do you advise us to embrace those technology right now?
I would tell you that you're probably embracing more technology than you think you are. So people say to me all the time, I don't use any technology in my business. And then I say, well, do you use a cell phone? And they're like, sure. And I'm like, great. Do you use text message? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. And I'm like, super. Do you keep your people in a list anywhere? And they're like, yeah. So you're actually using a bunch of technology. And so I think you all should come to realize that you're already somewhat tech enabled. And I also don't think you should feel any pressure. If you're having great success, the last thing that we want to do is harm that success. But you might want to ask yourself the question, is my business moving forward benefited most by having more leads, or having greater follow-up, or having better transactions? And I'm not saying that the answer isn't yes to all of them. What I am suggesting is maybe over the next, look forward into 6 months from now. Which part of your business, if you think about these 3 things, is most deficient moving forward? Do you need more leads? Do you need better follow-up? or do you need more help transacting the business? Just pick one. And then once you pick one, let one of us tell you the one thing, not the 10 things, but the one thing in command that can help you with that. Because if you told me, Jason, I need more leads, I would tell you, let's get into campaigns right away. But if you said, Jason, I have a ton of people in my life, I just don't follow up with them enough. You know how you would know that? Ask yourself the question, how many times a day or a week do you get a phone call from somebody who says, hey, I'm ready to sell my home, or hey, I'm ready to buy my home? If you're not getting what you deem to be the right number of those calls, you have a follow-up problem. And if that's the case, let us show you one thing in command that can help you do that. Remember, guys, we're not trying to go from I don't use tech to all I do is tech. And we're not trying to go from 10 sales to 10,000. But let us help you get 3, 5, 7, 10 more deals in 2021 without causing a ton of pain in your life. And then look up and ask the question, now that I'm doing that one thing, what's the next thing I want to do? Think about this like you would think about anything organic. Organic relationships grow organically, incrementally, one step at a time. Think about the people that you're in deep relationship with. You didn't go and get married on day one. You got to know them. You learned pieces about their personality that you liked. You may have learned pieces that you didn't really like. You learned their stories. You learned who they were. That's all we're asking you to do with command, is take your time and let's make small changes, one thing at a time. And if we don't make your life better, hold us accountable to that, because we're here to make your life better. That's the only reason that there's 350 of us that show up here every day, because the strength of Keller Williams has nothing to do with Austin, Texas. It's your relationships with your customers. That's why the dream that is Keller Williams continues to be realized. And I just want you guys to know that we're so grateful for each and every one of you allowing us to be in business with you. It's the greatest honor we can have.
Thank you so much, Jason, for your time and your words of wisdom and your encouragement. Just to let you know, we are all very encouraged and very excited with the technology that's in play and with all the systems and models that we have. This has changed a lot of people's life in our country right now. I mean, we have a lot of life-changing stories. I'm sure JP will share with you guys, but it's really have been a remarkable 14 months, and COVID has exponentially allowed us to even have more of these stories. So thank you so much, Jason and the team. Please send our love and our regards to everyone. Keep doing what you are doing. We are cheering for you. 14 hours away from the other part of the world. So thank you so much, Jason. You have a good one. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, everybody.
Welcome back. I hope you learned something from Jason's video just now. So I just want to pick up one of the things that he mentioned in the video, which is this. So he drew it in a very small paper, so we actually enlarged it over here. So this is actually a life cycle of a sales, of a real estate sales agent. So in the beginning, before a sales actually can happen, before you can earn the commission, you need a lead, right? You need a potential customer, right? So this is when you do your lead gen, your property listing, your Facebook marketing, your flyers, and all that. So when you get a lead, that's when you are able to move from this process to this process, which is what we call the follow-up process. So this is the part where you do a lot of communication. You find out more about their needs, their locations that they like, why they want a certain location, a certain direction, and all that. So this is where you do a lot of communications. We call it a follow-up process. And then the ending part is this. This is what we call a transaction management. Over here, this point here is where you finally get your commission. But from here to here, this is where you make the owner or the buyer, the lead, the person actually make a decision that say that, okay, I'm very interested in this property, and they are ready to enter into a negotiation process. Yeah. So from here to here, it will take another maybe a few weeks or so for it to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what Jason has brought to us. For many agents, they don't see their business this way, right? And we kind of break it down into 3 key functional activities that drives your business, right? Because if you're not lead generating, you're not following up, nothing's going to happen here. nothing, absolutely nothing will happen here. So the goal here is today, as we go and look at how tech is going to enable the agent to do all these three things very well, that's our purpose of having this event, to kind of give you that perspective. Now, to move forward and to kind of talk a little bit more deeper into this conversation here, just a couple of days ago, we had a conversation with two of your MC3's very own agents, both handsome young men. They are both young, so I don't talk about age here, but they all look young, but I think I'm younger. But anyway, they kind of give us in-depth insights about their business. We went through what we call a business audit, or technology business audit with them, to kind of understand where their business is, how much it's costing them to run their business. So we went very deep into their business for a very short while. And you will see some of these videos that are kind of being edited because of time, but you will see some data and some factual indications of how they run their business. And as we watch this video, I want you to sit back where you are right now and imagine that you're one of them. Imagine that your business right now is being in this conversation right now, and try to envision, where does your business fit here right now? So this is going to be a short video. Sit back and enjoy.
This is a line, right? In this line, this is where you close the deal, right? So this is where you actually get your commission, okay? So from here to here, this is going to be a dotted line. And this is where your client actually express interest to really want to buy something, okay? And from here to here, this is the part whereby you do lead gen to actually get the client. And here to here is a long process of what we call the follow-up, right? So if I'm gonna like break it down of like what happens for your real estate sales business, this is what happened, right? You start with lead gen. This is where you get the leads, the customers, and then you do qualifying, and then after that, if they express interest, you do follow up. So this is where you do a lot of communication back and forth. You make appointment, you do viewing, and you know, come back again, another viewing, and all that. And then we get that part whereby the exciting part whereby the customer say, okay, I really like this thing, I want to pay the deposit, and then this is where you finally seal the deal. You get commissions. So this is a process of your sales. Am I right? Yes? Okay. So now I'm gonna ask this. In this process, would you be able to tell me what are the tools that you are using? So for example, for lead gen, what are the tools that you are using for lead generation?
Advertisements in newspapers, online portals, banners, property, etc. And of course, you do have referrals, but that's just a tiny amount. But the bulk of it has always been coming from advertisement portals and print media and etc. So that was always been my traditional way of doing lead generation.
Right. So you mentioned just now newspaper, online portals, referrals, print media.
Yeah.
So is it like flyers and all that?
Flyers are one of them primarily, yes.
Right. What are the... Okay. So on online, is it just the portals, just the like property portals?
Property portals, social media campaigns, search engine optimization, you know, like Google AdWords, those things.
When you say like social media campaigns, what are the channels that you use?
Of course, the Alpha, Facebook.
Okay, so these are some of the tools that you are using for your business, right? May I then ask, like, what are the tools that you're using for follow-up? Any tools that you're using for that?
Yes, you may ask. Mobile phones.
So let me clarify one thing here, Amiro. Do you have like a central place that if you open your business today, in one place you can see all of this information right now? Or is in variable places, like in various places right now?
The second one. It's all in variable.
So it's all over the places that you can kind of take some time to piece them together, right?
Yeah, so that's a system lah.
The system is you piecing all together, right?
Yes.
Okay, what about the last part? Like, do you have any system, any tools that you use to manage your sales? to track, like, where are you in the process, to say, like, for example, in this month, how many have you closed, how many in the pipeline you're gonna close, for example, like any tools in that?
I don't have, it's all by instinct, I guess.
Cool. All right. So now the next thing that I want to ask is that would you be able to tell me, like, how much do you pay for this? Like, as an average monthly, how much do you pay for your newspaper when you do lead gen?
So yearly is around 12, minimum is 12,000 since the last 8 years.
Monthly is about 1,000 then?
For
Yeah.
newspaper. Okay.
For newspaper?
On newspaper.
Okay, what about the portals, the online portals?
For iProperty, I would say per year that would cost me close to 8,000.
8,000? Okay. Referrals? What? Okay, referrals, yeah, not.
Referrals are roti canai and teh tarik.
Got it. So basically, there's no cost to refer. It's just a phone call. It's just a referral that you get.
Just time. What about print media?
Print media only set me back less than 1,000 a year.
Less than 1,000 a year. So
Print media, flyers are cheap. Flyers are 300-400.
What about your SEO for your Google AdWords?
I would say the last bill I got was around $100 US, and that was probably you can put around 500 ringgit a year. I don't spend much on SEOs anymore.
50 ringgit a
50
month.
ringgit a month?
Yeah.
What about Facebook then?
Facebook campaigns.
Do you run Facebook yourself?
Before command, $50 a month, less $20 a quarter, so $200 per year.
Okay. It's very little.
200
Ringgit a year. Okay.
No, dollars.
So about 1,000 ringgit.
And you are not engaging anyone to do Facebook ads for you, right?
No, self-taught, man.
What about here, this part? Okay, this one I think is all FOC, right? No cost.
No, there's no cost other than my phone bills.
Right, so that's the SMS blasting that is on the follow-up. Lead gen part?
I don't know where you will put it. So just say I have a new listing, for example. Yeah. And then I know this certain group of buyers, I want to target them. So I will put it in my WhatsApp Blast software.
How much do you spend on that?
If I pay one time, it's around 1,200, I think. Around 1,200. One time, I think I can send out over 10,000 contacts around that.
So in a year, do you how many times do you blast this SMS on average?
Once a year. I only subscribe it to once a year.
I would say your cost to run your business for a month is about 2,000, and for a year it will be up to about 24,600. Yep. Yeah. So this is the cost that you are paying to run your business on an average as a rough gauge, right? Based on what you remember.
That's the first time I'm hearing the number. I'm a bit stressed.
Okay.
Yeah, so from this, how much leads do you get on a yearly basis? Roughly, how much leads do you get on a day, on a week, and in a month?
I would say if I could get 4 leads a week, that would be good enough for me.
Okay, so if I do 4 leads per week, if I multiply that by 52 weeks, it's 208 leads, right? And if I take 208 leads, I will take 24,600 and divide by 208. Your cost per lead here is 118 ringgit per lead.
I don't know how to react. I don't know what face to give.
And this is based on having no data at all, because right now you don't have a system to track some of this stuff, right? I'm talking about before command.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no system to track. You wouldn't know where the lead's coming from and all that. Cool.
Okay, cool. So we know that, like, so now you are using command, right? Because like when we are talking about this, then you keep asking, like, is it before command or is it after command? So this is before command, right? Would you mind sharing with us your experience with command?
It makes it easier for me to track or to see which type or what type of advertisement generates bigger leads or more leads. So what I can do best is that I can compare. So I've been comparing in the last, I guess, 3 weeks, and I kind of know, I still don't know exactly, but I kind of know what works and what doesn't work, what kind of targeting requires. So from command, you kind of know from which advertisement, because they will tell you for which campaign those leads came about. So instead of looking at how I can, utilize those leads to transactions, I can actually see what kind of campaigns or advertisement that did not work. I can actually fix that, and that's the aim. I want to fix what was wrong before.
So basically, you can calibrate the way your lead gen is happening right now. You can basically turn up the dial for things that work, and for things that doesn't work, you can turn it down. Because previously, based on your current structure or the system before command, you just can't turn anything up and down. You can only go up. You don't know what to turn down, right? You don't know what is happening. You don't know where the leads is coming from.
It's like casting a net into an ocean and actually having a sniper rifle.
Maybe then now we're gonna switch gear and then we're gonna switch to Roslan. So Roslan, same thing, very similarly, you have seen what we drew just now. Would you be able to share with us like the tools you are using for like each and every part of your business? So let's just start with lead gen.
Most of the things before command, what I did was via social media and also the online property portals, the paid portals lah.
Can you share with us what social media do you use?
Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Tumblr, Pinterest, all whatever free platform that I can put my hands on.
Okay. Alright. So is advertisement on Tumblr, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook?
Advertisement is more on Facebook and Insta. The others are basically on cross-posting on social postings lah. So it's all cross-postings.
Okay. Other than social media?
Other than social media, used to have a newspaper as well. And then online portals, for example, the two online portals, the main one, paid portal which is iProp and also Property Guru. But I also use a lot of other portals, free portals, which is like, for example, Edge Property, Prop Social, Property Net, all those property portals which is available.
Can I just pause here for a second, Roslan? That's a lot of stuff going on, and this is basically, I'm assuming for newspaper is basically not really relevant to you anymore right now. I'm assuming is that true?
I've already stopped using newspaper.
Got it. So I'm looking at everything else that is already the digital platform, right? How much time do you spend on doing all this? Because there's a lot of stuff going on here. How much time do you spend on a daily basis to do all these things?
The reason why I have all those portals, a lot of portals on digital platform, because one, when you want to do advertisement, you need a lot of money in terms of the cost is going to be high. So what I managed to do was that rather than I have to come up with a lot of money, so what I did was that I get on all the free portals available online, and then I make use all these portals in order to create or to boost the awareness of myself as agent and also on the property listings as well. But there's a lot of downside to it as well. Again, it's not an easy thing to do with all those portals, especially when you do it alone.
And you have a lot of time spent, right? A lot of time taken.
A lot, yes, a lot. Even though you don't spend a lot of money on this, but you have only 24 hours in a day, you know. So and sometimes you just have to leave out certain portals because you just don't have the time to do it or to do all.
Would you mind sharing with us, like on an average, roughly, like how much? Instead of asking you the cost, I want to ask you how much time do you spend on each and every portion of this? So start with Facebook ads.
Time spent because, for example, before this, it's normally all done at night, you know. So it's probably about 2 or 3 hours at least for all, with all the tabs open for each and every portal, and that is very, very tiring and also demoralizing in a way, you know. Especially when you start finishing everything and you end up like it's not really you're not really achieving what you're supposed to do, what supposed to achieve, you know. So that's basically a lot of time spent on this.
3 hours a day or a week?
A day.
Oh, okay. What about like the others, like Instagram?
Instagram is basically more on my mobile, and more on mobile, and the rest are basically more on my desktops. And so mobile is like there's no certain time of day, but it's basically it's on my hand all the time.
Okay. What about the others, like for example, LinkedIn, Tumblr, Pinterest?
Pinterest and Tumblr is not really focused on that. It's just once in a while, cross posting, those kind of thing. LinkedIn, yes, but more on different target market for the properties. It's totally different from what I posted on Facebook or Instagram lah. Yeah, because LinkedIn is more on a professional platform. This for Facebook and Instagram. This is where this is the platform where people buy. Whether it's anything, any product, or even now it's more on real estate.
Got it. Would it be safe to say that for all these social media platform, 90% of your time is really on the Facebook and the Instagram platform?
Correct. Yes, about that.
Am I also right to say that apart from this, you are also using some software like design software to actually create your content for yourself?
Yes, correct. When we started on this real estate thing, so I realized that flyers, banners previously that we have to design myself. So I need to know on the type of software platform that I can do design on this lah. So this is where I started to take up or learn on how to do Photoshop, or how to do illustrators, and then also InDesign, and then also start going into online platforms like Photo Splitter, all those kind of things. But that again took a lot of time and effort in order just for you, because I'm not a designer background, I'm not a designer kind of thing. So it's more like I was forced to do it, because I remember once when I tried to get someone to do this for me, the charges are very high, and because we as agents, we need to do this quite often, basically like a day after another. You just have to have a platform to do your design. But if you want to appoint someone to do it for you, that will just make your cost skyrocket, and that you cannot afford that to happen to our profession.
Got it. So can I ask then, like roughly, will you be able to gauge like how much you actually spend on all of this, like in terms of money?
So like for Facebook ads, I used to have Facebook ads before, so it's quite a substantial amount as well. I think about per campaign under Facebook, normally it's about 300 ringgit per month, about that lah. Instagram sometimes is joined with Facebook, and then for property portals like iProperty and also Property Guru, that is sometimes a chunk of the budget is, because the cost of getting featured and all those kind of things is not cheap, and you have to keep on replenishing on all those things to buy a Photoshop software original that will cost 2,000 or 3,000 ringgit, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that one off, or is it an annual thing?
No, only one off. Because I've checked on even some, like for example this SketchUp and also this 3D design software, for example like Lumion 2.0, 3.0, that costs almost about 20,000 per software. So that is ridiculous lah. I'm not an architect or IT designer, so
it's just too complicated, right? Because it was designed not for agents, it was actually designed for people who are in the art industry, who are doing artistic work, who are doing designing work, right? So agents are not trained to do that.
Can I just ask, like, roughly how much would you say you spend on portals? Because just now you mentioned, like, you have to spend money to actually renew the feature credits and, make sure that your listing is on the first page and all that.
Yeah, the portals that I paid for is basically like Property Guru, Mudah.com, iProperty, all in about 500, I think 500 to 600 a month.
So that is 10,800 plus that 3,000 that is like the software.
Got it.
Yeah, That's about roughly how much you spend a year to run your business. But on top of that, you are spending a lot of time to create the content, to create what's needed. You're also spending a lot of time to research, to learn all of this, because this is not created for agents to use, right? They are created for the people in the industry to use. And so, can I just switch gear a little bit and ask you about your experience with Command? Because I know that you were with Command since day one. Like since we started probably about last year, it's about a year now, right? And I know that like before like campaigns, before we can actually launch Facebook ads on Command, you have already been using Command to do designs and to manage your database on contacts and all that. Can I ask like what inspired you to actually be one of our early adopters?
The technology itself, I think, I guess. To do one flyer, it took me probably about half an hour to 1 hour to get one flyer. But with design, I can do it less than 2 minutes.
Less than 2 minutes with design on Command.
Less than 2 minutes. And the best thing is that I don't have to pay anyone to do this, this kind of design. And the templates given, and then the ease of usage, and then how you can save your designs, and then it's everything is there. So like when you've been through learning Photoshop, Illustrators, and then when you got design, it's like wow, this is what we've been waiting for lah. Something that will change. Like what I said just now, we are not supposed to be designing. You know, we are supposed to be focusing on our leads and also follow-ups and closing sales. And this is another big bonus into our digital platform.
Roslan, we know that you're also using smart plans on Command to automate some of your follow-up with your leads, and you're also managing your leads on Command right now. Can you share with us a bit more of what you are doing and what you are building actually on Command?
So when it comes to when now with smart plan, you know, with the campaigns and everything, everything is automated for you. Like the leads that comes in through campaign, and then you just add on to the leads to your the smart plan that you chose depending on the type of leads, and then it just run automatically for you without you having to really monitor on what to do. So smart plan is basically the AI so-called for us agents here in Redfield.
Can I just quickly check with you now? You are very familiar with technology platforms that is helping tools to help agents. If you have to subscribe a CRM right now, and you have to subscribe a follow-up platform system right now, what do you think that will cost?
This just to start with the CRM, I think that will cost me about 3,000 or 4,000. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
A year?
A year.
Welcome back. So I hope you learned something from the video just now. Now we're gonna come back to this drawing again. So just now we have had this process map up, and you heard from Amiru and Roslan the kind of tools that they use and the kind of costs involved for their business, right? So let me just do a very brief recap of what's happening. Yeah. For generally, for most agents, we are using a portal, at least a portal, to do lead gen, right? Some of the agents we use Facebook ads, and of course, there's also flyers and newspaper to do lead gen. Then in the follow-up process, commonly we use a smartphone or a notebook. So this is really a physical notebook, like a 555 notebook or like a bigger notebook, but it's a notebook. So the thing about this is that if you lost any of this, or somebody steal them, or you know it drop into the water, it's gone, like gone, because your entire business is on it. Yeah, but yeah, this is what people are using now. So let me just recap a bit. So for Amiru, this is the kind of this is how much he spent monthly to run his business. And so it's about 2,000 a month. Then a year it will be about 24,000 to make what he's making right now. That's the cost that he's paying for to run his business. And we have also calculated just now that for his cost per lead is about 100, slightly less than 120 per lead. Yeah, to run his business. Whereas for Roslan, he's spending about this money. So monthly is about 900. It's about about 10,000 a year. But you have heard he mention again and again that he was using quite a number of free platforms, free portals, free software, design software, and all that. But it requires him to do quite a lot of research, learning by himself. So opening up a few tabs to do a lot of things at the same time. There was a lot of labor and there was a lot of time involved when he runs his business. So if I'm to kind of wrap it up, you can see that there is this matter of time involved. There is definitely the cost involved to run your business. And the next thing is labor. Right? So for something that is probably like using a lower cost, it will take up your time and your labor when you run your business.
Yeah, and the biggest aha I had in having all this conversation, and one of the key roles that I do right now in this company is to talk to agents like yourself and like Amiro or agents that's outside of our company to kind of give them an audit on their business. And 100% of them, almost 100% of them come back and will tell me this first observation, that this is the first time in their entire life, whether they are a year in the business, 10 years in the business, that they are seeing their business this way. That for the first time in their life, they realize that they're spending 24,000 every year. They realize that every cost per lead is 116 ringgit. And you start asking questions. Is there a better way? Can I find ways to get back more time? Because what profits a man if he spends so much time in his work and has no time for the family? Because we're all trying to save costs so that we sacrifice that with time. Could there be a better way? Is there something that from a technology standpoint or from a system and model standpoint that we could adjust and change the way we look at it? And it all starts with having that realization of where our business is. Having that perspective of clarity of where your business is. And that's why, as I said, that you should watch that video, it's good to find a way to kind of imagine where your business is. Do an audit with your team leader in the market center or your productivity coach if you are a rookie. Start asking questions. Where is my time going to? Where is my money going to? Because if you don't ask this question, you don't really know what you need to change, right? Now, for us at Keller Williams Malaysia right now, in KW, what we are trying to do is to find a way to enable all agents through technology to be able to do this in a much better way. Save time, save costs, save labor. How can we do that? Now, let's start with the transaction management perspective. Now, this is the most easiest part right now. There are a lot of technologies that many companies are giving right now because it's the easiest one, but it's not the only one. Because many people spend so much time here, they forgot about this and this. Because if you want to be successful, you've got to be good at all three things. Now, for many, many years, everybody asking, is there a way we could sign our documents? Is there a way we could sign our forms online rather than just the manual way? We are so old school and all that. Now, the only reason why we don't want to create just a PDF document, signing document, is that we want to make sure that we have the best verifiable, best sustainable technology from a global standard standpoint to give it to you. So I'm so proud to announce right now, coming in 2021, in fact, it's already here, and we are testing it, and we are finalizing it. There are already a group of people that we have selected to drive the test. In 2021, all agents will have access to DocuSign. We are thinking that technology is going to help us gain market share by first enhancing the experience of the consumer by giving them an opportunity to use DocuSign to sign documents. Now, what is DocuSign, right? There's a short video right now that we want to show you for about a minute to kind of explain to you in general what's DocuSign. Here's that video.
In today's business world, everything moves faster. You need to be always on, always connected, whether in the office or on the go. DocuSign is the fast, secure way to send, sign, and approve documents anytime from anywhere. Here's how it works. From any device, pick a document that needs to be signed, add people who need to sign it, then place the signature tag and indicate any fields like company name or phone number, and click Send. Your recipient then receives an email asking them to sign. If they're a first-time DocuSign user, they can select a pre-drawn signature or choose to draw their own on a mobile device. Once the requested information is complete and the document is signed, everyone is alerted and the document is stored electronically for your records, so you can always access it quickly and securely. To see the status of your document or to access stored documents, just visit your DocuSign homepage or mobile app. That's all there is to it. With DocuSign, you'll keep up with the speed of business, keep your transactions secure, and delight clients with a better customer experience. In the office or wherever life takes you, DocuSign and go.
Well, I hope you kind of have a good browse through of what DocuSign is all about. On screen right now is a sample of how a DocuSign document will look like. All agents, effective 2021, you will have access via a mobile app or from the web, a place where you could sign out documents like ATP or ATRs to your clients for them to sign off. It all takes one email to sign out to all the parties, and whenever they sign it off, they will send it back to you automatically. So that's really powerful because then that engagement with the clients becomes so much more seamless. And all these signatories are verifiable in accordance to Digital Document Act 1997. So there is an act that governs this kind of digital signature. So we want to make sure that we are bringing you something that is verifiable, acceptable in the court of law as evidence, right? So not like just a regular tablet PDF signing file that may not be verified, right? So this is where we want to bring that. And the goal is to eventually link a DocuSign to Command because there is that interface at the back end that we can work on eventually. Now, the next thing that I want to share with you that will bring that kind of market share opportunities for you to engage your customer better in the transaction management is e-payment gateway. There you go, there's a second sticker here. Now, as you know, as you are seeing the trend that we are going through in this presentation, you'll be seeing a lot of new stuff being unveiled today. Now, e-payment meaning all transactions right now from your clients are able to be done on an online perspective via GrabPay, Alipay, WeChat Pay, Boost, Touch and Go. You have choices for your clients to choose. Maybank QR Pay. You have all those e-wallets available for you to give your clients the choice for them to transact their property with you. Visa and Master and Union Pay credit cards are accepted as well. And the best news is this, you don't need a terminal with you. You just need a mobile phone and everything is web-based. You can transact online right now with your clients. Now, this is one way you can enhance that transaction management with your clients without seeing them physically to transact. You can now have the opportunity to reduce one more physical meeting for them and for yourself to keep everyone safer in this season of pandemic. And this will save a lot of time so that you don't have to travel back and forth to get all these things done. You don't have to WhatsApp the pictures. You don't have to WhatsApp this all to your market center support. It will automatically send a report to your market center once you sign all those documents. It's an automated, seamless process so that you have more time and your clients have better experience with you. Now, these are the two things that we'll work on a transaction management side. Now, the next thing is, let's start looking at these two things here. What are some of the new things that we want to touch on and we want to drive home? The first thing that we want to announce today, now some of you who are watching Facebook right now probably saw some people sharing new things about our new partnership. We are proud to say that effective January 2021, all agents in KW Malaysia will have pro account access to the Edge property. We have signed an exclusive strategic partnership with them where we will get the best, lowest cost ever, best for the agents for their pro accounts, where every agent has the chance to host up to 600 listings. But that's not the main thing. The main thing is that the Edge have stepped up to work with us as the largest real estate or the best real estate and business media company to collaborate with us to start exchanging data from Edge Prop to Command. So effective then, all your listing that's in Edge Prop is going to be pushed into Command. Now I'm going to share a quick interview with Ao Fong Yi, the Managing Director of Edge Property Malaysia, to kind of journey through and explain to you a perspective of this relationship and this partnership. Sit back and enjoy this video right now. Fong Yi, thank you for joining us for this conversation today.
Thank you for having me here today, Jonathan. My pleasure to be here.
Yeah, our audience here today, a lot of them are in the real estate business for a long time. They know the Edge as the leading business media company in Malaysia. And can you tell us a little bit about the Edge and also how he has gone into the property perspective in the media side?
Sure, Jonathan, as you know, I think most of the people here today would have known already. The Age started off in the year 1994 as a weekly. And you know, we went on to become a leading weekly business read every week, right? And of course, inside the Age Weekly, there is a very strong presence of property called City and Country. Happy to share with you that I was the first editor of City and Country. And then we went on, and in the year 2015, the top management of the Age Media Group decided that digital is the way to go. We could already see it coming, slowly but surely. Hence, we started something that, back in those days we called the ageproperty.com. But we have since rebranded ourselves to call ourselves Age Prop Malaysia. So Age Prop Malaysia, it's run differently from, say, like City and Country in the Age Weekly. How? We're very different because we know exactly what is it that we need to do as a digital play. Right? So it is not a replicate or a duplicate or complementary to what you find in Age Weekly. We are totally different. And how different are we? In a lot of ways, such as the way that we, disseminate the news. We know, as a digital play, for instance, data is key, and graphics is key. So, and it's something that we pay a lot of attention to, so that we will get a good grasp and hence be very firmly entrenched in this section of the market.
Awesome. So it sounds like from a media company and going to the digital space specifically just for the property market and the property industry.
Correct. Yeah. Why we do that is because we can see the strategic role that the real estate sector plays in the economy of Malaysia, especially. It's a known fact that the real estate industry, there are about 140 industries that are actually dependent on this sector. Hence, can you imagine the number of jobs, the number of families who are dependent on this particular segment of the market? Yes, there's a lot of scope, in the real estate sector in Malaysia.
For me, we are so excited that enter strategic partnership, and why, what's the value that you can see happening outside of this partnership as well?
Jonathan, first and foremost, must say that, on behalf of the company, we are really, really delighted, to have been chosen as one of your strategic partners. We're really honored indeed. When this idea was first, mouthed on our end, the one thing that came to my mind was the common goal that's been shared by Redfield and, of course, Age Prop Malaysia. Because I believe very strongly in the fact that, the way that we look at building our respective businesses, it is actually very, very similar, because we believe in sustainability. And not only that, we believe in being very inclusive as far as the market is concerned. And it is the value proposition is actually extends beyond just Redfield, Age Prop, but also that of your agents, the consumers at large. I think that's very important. At the end of the day, we're looking at a win-win and win proposition through this partnership with Redfield.
Awesome, thank you for sharing. Can you talk a little bit more about the win for the age, the agents, and the consumer? What is that? How do you envision that?
Oh, where do we start? So many, right? But let me attempt. Okay, let me have the liberty to start off with Age Prop first, because I know that a little bit more than what I know of Redfield, the agency, and as well as that of your agents. You see, as far as Age Prop is concerned, it is very simple. What we are trying to do is we are trying to get information, real-time information, that will help the consumers make better informed investment decisions. And how do we do that? It is via credible, relevant, and timely news. For instance, industry insights, data, and research material, and of course tools that will help the market, decide whether or not a deal is a good deal indeed. Not just for what it appears to be, but in the true sense of the word. So we are trying to make transparent, of all the information and data that's out there for the market. Okay, this is H prop. The way I look at it, I could be wrong. Please correct me, and if indeed I am. For Redfield and your agents, you have your strength, right? You have your listings, and they're very credible listings, right? And you have your exclusive listings, and that to us is actually content. So can you imagine we put, online your content, our content, and together, we put this on the table for the consumers. So that, again, what we're doing, Jonathan, is enabling them, empowering them with all this information and data for them to make a better informed decision. Hence, definitely it's a win-win and win.
Wow. So it's like you have the leading property media company in the nation, and you have a leading real estate company together.
Absolutely.
Coming together with that synergistic of sharing that kind of data and that platform to kind of reach out to the consumer and giving the consumer the opportunity to make that decision for themselves.
One stop.
Right.
I think that's very important,
right.
Because we are talking about a situation whereby, for example, somebody come in to look for, to find more about a listing. And then you want to read about, for instance, the location, the news of the location.
Yeah.
And also, in the days ahead, how accessible is this area in terms of the location factor of this property is concerned.
Yeah.
Those are actually within our portal.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
And what we are very, very, very proud of is the fact that, we are a credible media. That's important.
Yeah.
Because these days, we all know, right?
Yeah.
The so-called news, a dime a dozen out there.
That's right.
Yeah, so
That's right.
hence that's our product differentiation.
Yeah.
And of course, we are aware that insofar as Redfield is concerned, it is a very, very credible organization of integrity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are excited about the partnership.
There's a good cultural fit.
Absolutely.
A good fit for the philosophy and the way
Absolutely.
we look at how do we deliver value to the consumer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And this is something that should be sustainable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, technology is really changing the way we live, changing the way we do things. From a real estate agent negotiator perspective, what do you see? How do you see the roles of the agent changing from a technology perspective? And you being a prop tech company right now, how do we fit into that whole ecosystem?
I think your question is so pertinent, to what we are going through right now, Jonathan, because all of us are living and operating in a new normal. We knew, that digital disruption is already here. And that was before anybody in any part of the world heard about this thing called coronavirus.
Yeah.
With this pandemic, there was this, I just want to share with you, there was this recent report that I read a few days ago that, do you know that for this year, 40 million new internet users actually logged in, in the 6 countries of Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, and Singapore. 40 million.
Wow.
That's huge, and
Wow.
they actually went online for the first time in their lives.
Wow.
And this is actually 4 times as many as what was registered in the year 2019. So, we can see how important technology is, and more so in the days ahead. There's just no turning back. We all know that, right? It can only escalate more and more. There's no turning back. Your question as to what does this mean to the sector? To me, I see a successful realtor as, all this while, even before the coronavirus pandemic, a successful realtor to me would be somebody who's responsible, who is knowledgeable, who is, always available for advice, and so on and so forth, in person. But now, with things being what they are, it's different. The same person will need to be tech savvy, tech enabled.
Yeah.
Not only that, you will need to be able to provide advisory, for instance, at the click of a button.
That's right.
And we're talking about, having access to real-time data, charts, and what have we from a credible source.
That's right.
Right? So, I think there's no two ways about it.
Right.
Yeah. So a successful realtor this day and time will have to be what they used to be before and more. They have to be, tech enabled. I think that is very, very key. Does that understand?
Yeah, but so a real estate agent right now, if they have units and properties for sale, but they are not finding a way to reach out to their consumer from an online perspective, from a virtual perspective, from a digital perspective, they may no longer be in business in the very short term. Right? Would you agree to that statement?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's a given.
Yeah.
It is given to the extent that it will be something like what we journalists say, dog bite man.
That's right.
It's a given.
That's right.
So I think, I am convinced that tech is the way to go. Digital is the way to go.
Yeah.
And we know, right, even in the last 6 months or so, when the MCO, it's more than 6 months, it's 9 months now, since March 18 when, MCO was first initiated. Things have moved so much. Suddenly, overnight or almost overnight, you see things like we have webinar, your AGM's been conducted online, and so on and so forth. It just happened overnight.
That's right.
Right? So there's no turning back. It's like you move forward and how fast you move forward. I think to me, Jonathan, I stand to be corrected. It's not just a matter of moving forward. It's about evolving. Just stepping on the accelerator pedal alone will not do it. I think it comes with a lot of knowledge, a lot of deliberate training, deliberate learning. And that is, again, another reason why I'm so excited about this collaboration with Redview, because I am convinced that, we are, on the same wavelength. We converge.
That's right.
In that mindset.
That's
yes.
right. We both have the same goal,
yes,
but we are playing different roles
exactly,
in that goal, and we're trying to find that fit. And it's faster that way when you work together.
Absolutely,
right?
Because at the end of the day, it's about strategic partnership.
That's right.
It's about being inclusive.
Yeah.
I think this day and time, if you want to do something and want to do it exclusively, you can, but it's going to take a lot more time.
That's right.
And time is of the essence.
Yeah. We are making history today because for the first time there is the opportunity for an agent to put their listing in one portal, H Property Malaysia, that has that syndication capability to go into our system in command. That's to me groundbreaking.
So exciting.
That's so groundbreaking for the whole landscape of the industry right now.
Yes.
Can you share how did you come? And this is the final question, I promise you.
Okay.
How was this something that you have to decide? You decide this quite quickly that to come to that agreement to want to do this. What was that motivating factor for you to allow this to happen?
Jonathan, it was a no-brainer. Because what we are doing today, like what you have rightly put, it's really game-changing for the landscape, and it's what the market needs. Again, on this note, we must congratulate Redview, the top management, for making this very bold bid. It wouldn't have been an easy decision, I'm sure. And, congratulations. Yeah. And we're really delighted and thrilled to be your partner.
Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. Thank you for being here, and thank you for journeying with us. The journey has just started. There are many things to happen, many things to go.
Oh, yes.
And let's enjoy the journey together.
Of course, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that interview. I hope you're excited right now with this partnership. Now, let me just get clear on certain things here. This partnership is not just about getting you guys accounts. It's not just getting you guys a cheaper way of portal, that's already done already. But what's more exciting is that for the first time ever in the history of real estate business in Malaysia, we are the first company that has the capacity and the capability to move our listings from one portal to other places. Right now, with this partnership, the HProp has agreed and has already set that API connector to pump all your listings in HProp into KW Command. And I'm also pleased to say, as we are journeying in this journey of tech enabling you, we are about to launch our website unveiling in 2021. We have just built a huge new website powered by the Edge Property, where all your listings that is in the Edge Property website is all going to go into this portal as well. Not only that, you are now able to have your own personal branding website for yourself as an individual agent. Should you choose to subscribe to that particular service, it's only about 300 ringgit a year, and you now have your own personal branding website that you can select the templates and you can change the designs here and there a little bit. And all your listings personally that you have will be in that website as well. And all you need to do is to put in one place, which is HPlop. It will go to our portal in redfield.com. It will go to your personal website, should you choose to have your own website, and it will go straight into Command. And in Command, it has the ability to interact with other applets using your particular listings. I hope you're excited right now. With me here is our Regional Technology Manager, Marcus Park. Now, Marcus, thank you for joining us. I want the audience to kind of understand that we are not just signing up with Edge Property. We didn't just get their subscription, right? That's already something that's happening by default. But we went in and we developed the technology to kind of link that data points together, right? That both platforms together. And we had to work with them on the API in a very short period of time. We were involved in coding, in scripting, in putting logic into the system to see how both data points can meet and talk to each other. Can you share with us some of your experience as you are journeying through in this partnership with the Edge, and how you have gone through that journey in bringing this fruition to this particular technology endeavor that you have done?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Jonathan, for having me here. So I'd just like to share that this entire journey with the Edge Property has been really amazing. And since the first time we met in Canvas, we met together with their team. And I would say that the chemistry between both companies, Redfield and Edge Property, has been just so great. And we had to overcome quite a number of technical obstacles as we bring the systems to this stage today, getting both the systems linking the listings together to sync between Edge Property and Command. We also have to make sure that the data points are secure so that your listings go from Edge Property to Command in a way that it is only for your eyes only, and it doesn't go out to anywhere else. And some of the other things were to make sure that the performance of the listings that sync between one system to the other is performing well.
Yeah, and one of the things that has enabled right now all your listings to be viewed by all agents in KW in the entire world right now. 160,000 agents right now worldwide could see your listings right now, and that exchange and the opportunity that you all have right now is limitless. But what's most important thing is that you need to realize that this is the real technology here that we are talking about. This is the real deal here. When we are saying we are a technology company, we are a technology company right now. Marcus, when you saw the first listing, that all of us were so excited, we all were excited, like this, the first listing that was managed to sync in from Edge to Command just a few days ago. Tell us how you feel and why you feel that way.
Yeah, sure, John. Happy to share that experience with you guys. So as we were developing this whole API together with our friends in KW in the USA, we worked quite closely together to bring the systems up to this point to make sure that the sync is working correctly. And we had to go through quite a number of testings, and also we had to toil away throughout the weekend and the nights as well for you guys to get your listings in Command so that it can be used in the different applets that are available and coming soon as well. And so during our final test and basically being the moment of truth, it was a really emotional moment to be able to see the first listing going into Command for the very first time. And that has made a milestone for Keller Williams Malaysia.
Yeah, thank you. And Marcus was part of that, leading that team in this effort to drive that technology conversation and technology efforts to make sure that it's all syncing correctly. There were sleepless nights. We had a very short runway of time. We had to work like in the middle of the night because of the conversation of time zones difference between US and Malaysia as well. And as we're driving through that, I remember the first listing that synced in around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. I shared emotional moment with the team, in the regional team, that I said for the first time in my entire life, I felt that we have made a serious dent in the arena of real estate, especially in the realm of technology for Malaysia. And you and I today have made that change happen in the landscape of real estate. We are the first company in Malaysia to be able to syndicate listings from a portal to our websites and to other places right now. So thank you very much, Marcus, for your effort and your hard work. Now, part of this conversation, Marcus has actually prepared a demo video to show you in 5 minutes how does when you enter listing into the Edge prop, how does it look like when we port it to command, and what are the functions when the listings are in command. How does it help you to do better in the other applets such as designs and campaigns? So here's that video. Watch it right now.
It's Marcus here, and what I'd like to show you right now is how you create listings in the Edge prop portal. So what I have done here is that I've already logged into the portal, and you create new listings from this button on the left. So what I've done is I've already pre-created a listing for you. And so if I were to edit it, this is how it will look like. This is for sale, property from Verve Suites, going for 800,000 ringgit. Click next. These are some of the other things that I've pre-filled in as well with photos. Then I click save. And it will sync over to command. So I've also logged in here as well into my command account, and it has synced over. And you can see the Verve Suites listing here going for 800,000 as well. So if I were to go and see the details, this is how it looks like in command with property description, as I have keyed in just now in the Edge prop side. You can see its photos. Virtual tours for like Matterport would appear here if you had keyed in previously in the Edge prop, as well as YouTube links would appear here. So what I want to show you right now is how we can search for listings. So by default, this map will show where my current location is. So it has detected because I've enabled the geolocation on my browser. So you can see also all the listings that are within this area of the map. So they are in Petaling Jaya because of the search within map that has been enabled here. So if I were to do a search for Malaysia, for example, it will zoom out and show that I have found 1,444 listings all over Malaysia. And if I were to search for Verve, then I will be able to see all the Verve results on the right. If I would find my listing that's going for 800,000, this is it. And if I click on the location, on the left, you can see that the map zooms in to show where it is on the map. So the next thing that I want to show you is how this can be useful in your designs. So once you have your listings already in command, it will be used in the other applets as well. So for example, in designs, I've also chosen a template ahead of time. Looks good. And in the KWLS tab, the same photos from the listing that we added in the Edge prop is available for you to use. So you can just drag and drop as you need to. And perhaps I want to make space for some text, such as a property description. You can do so coming here. And if I were to go to the listing details and scroll down, these are all the fields that I filled in the listing. So for example, I can take this block of text and put it in the design. Simple as that. So the next thing I want to show you as well is campaigns. So I've already connected my account to a Facebook business page. Just click on create a new campaign, go to social paid ads, Verve, to Facebook. And I get to choose my listing that I created just now. Now it appears in my campaign in command. All the fields that are relevant have already been auto-populated for you, such as the description that goes into the main copy. You can enter a new headline description. And for the photos, it appears here as well. So if you want to add more than one from your listing, you can just select it from here. Thank you.
Well, I hope you guys are jumping for joy right now. If you're not, start jumping from your chair and start banging the table and smash the like button on that workplace right now. And really, guys, this is really revolutionary. We are now moving into the era where we can help you manage the cost, manage your time, and everything is so seamless. Imagine all your listings right now is in the cloud, and you never need to go back to your laptop to just push the pictures into the ads anymore. It's all now seamlessly done online for you. Now, to come and give a bit more in-depth conversation, you hear a lot about campaigns, you hear a lot about Facebook ads. I have with me here right now Lucas Obaid, which is our newest team for the regional team here. His role is the regional technology support executive. So his role is to help solve all your technology problems right now. He's brought in just to do that for you. So Lucas, welcome, and kind of share with us what you're going to do with us today, or in this journey in your business with us right now.
Yeah, thank you, John. I'm so honored to be part of the Reapfield family and the Keller Williams family as well. I think it's a very big step for me in my career personally. And what I'm going to be doing is mainly two things. One is helping all our agents with any errors they encounter using Command. Hopefully with training that I'm going to also be doing, they will never encounter any issues. They'll know how to use it properly. But yeah, that's mainly my two parts, helping solve errors and training and workshops as well.
So basically all 800 of you agents of you who are watching today, from now on, please call him. Don't call me anymore. So he's your go-to guy in terms of the technology. His role is just to make sure that your command is syncing with Facebook, your CRM is working, whatever troubleshoot that you need, he is the man to go to. Now, Lucas, you worked in the different real estate company just before coming to us, and you had a lot of experience in running campaigns and Facebook ads and managing those things and being the technical support for that part of that journey in your professional career. Share with us, since the past couple of weeks where you're playing around with command and campaigns and all that, and you have a presentation for us to kind of tell us what's the difference between the regular Facebook manager versus command right now. Can you just kind of share that journey with us?
Yeah, John. So basically, I worked for a company in the past where I had to handle their Facebook ads and their leads for a few weeks, but I had to work on it for a long time. It took me a couple of weeks to get the hang of it, to be honest. And I prepared a slide just to kind of demonstrate to all of you what Facebook ads look like. To some of you have seen it before, but for some it's not. So let's just get right to it. Facebook Ads Manager versus Keller Williams command, and why Facebook Ads Manager suck. Now, this is your homepage. Of course, all of that blurred stuff is just blurred ads or blurred campaigns in the past. That's how the page looks like in general. There's 3 segments. You have campaigns, you have ad sets, and you have the actual ads. Ad sets are basically audiences. Campaigns are campaigns, and ads are ads. But it's too segmented, to be honest, for my taste. It's too much, and we'll get into that later. It's too much segmentation for just a ads manager. Next is this. Now, this is when you click Create New Campaign, this is what you see. Now, if you take a closer look, you'll see a whole bunch of options that you'll never use, you'll never need. That's because Facebook Ads Manager is designed to be used by marketers, by professional marketers whose their job is to use this app and other different managers like this. It's not made for the real estate agent. It's not made for the average person. It's you can tell even by the interface, the way it looks like. It's just all bland, all white, and just text on top of it. And this is your audiences. Now, I'm not sure about you, but to me, this was very intimidating the first time I looked at it. I'll just be honest with you guys. It was a lot of information, a lot of specific things that you can change a little bit here, maybe you'll get a better result there, and change a little bit there, maybe get a better result here. The issue with that is you need a lot of experimentation to find the best sort of recipe to get the most leads for your money. And that's, I think, where Command shines. It does all of that work for you. It's been doing all of that work for you. It's been trained, it's been programmed by professionals, by real estate agents who's created it for real estate agents. Now, quickly, this is one page split into two, but you scroll down to use it. This is the only page you need to create an ad in Command. It is very simple, very seamless. You just put in your information about the listing or the property. You upload your post or video for that property, and you upload your link, probably your WhatsApp link, so people can click on it and go straight to a WhatsApp chat with you. That way you get a lead instantly. That's the beauty of it. It's so simple. You just click publish, that's it. It does all the work. It targets the audience on itself, and it has better results. It has proven better results, better than Facebook ads. So that's my take. That's my rant on Facebook Ads Manager. Oh yeah, one more thing. Ads Manager has ridiculous long loading times. 2 to 5 minutes per page. So if you want to do something, it takes you 25 minutes of waiting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the way Facebook Ad Manager is kind of designed is never designed for the real estate agent.
Yes.
It was designed for marketeers, or I believe moving forward there would be people that will call themselves Facebook engineers.
Yes.
I believe that's going to happen. It's meant for those people. Yeah. And the way Keller Williams has done campaigns on command is to allow average agents like all of us here, now we are all experts in Facebook marketing instantaneously, because the technology itself is enabling us to do that, right? And that's the beauty about it. Now, based on your experience with the other company in real estate, and they probably have a much higher cost per lead, and all these things that you're seeing right now, what is your big aha for our agents here right now? What is your big takeaway that you want our agents to kind of receive this right now?
Yeah, so what I've learned joining a past for the first time is that agents usually don't make sales if they don't make leads. They need to make leads, they need to get leads before they can actually make a sale. The more leads you get, the more likely you'll sell. So with this, how easy it is to get leads right now with Command, I think there's no more excuses for any agent to not succeed, to not be a high-end, top-performing agent. I think that is just a wall between, there's no more room for excuses. There's no more room for slacking off. You just have a very simple tool you could use to create ads and to get the leads, and from there to make your transactions go forward.
Thank you so much, Lucas. So the goal is to really try to understand how KW Command is supposed to pan out. Like it's supposed to integrate everything into one. It's supposed to move all the apps that we talk about today into one place. So in future, your DocuSign, your e-payment, Edge property, and all that, Facebook, they're all integrated in one place. That's our goal, right? That's really our goal. I'm going to pass the time right now to Sumi to kind of give us a wrap-up and give us an overview on how all this interaction or this integration is kind of working right now for us right now. So Sumi, take us away.
Okay, welcome back. So it's me again. We're back to this screen. We're back to this journey of a cycle. So after you heard like what Jonathan and what Marcus and Lucas have presented just now, we now have the HProp here. And when you upload your listing to HProp, that listing will go on to Command directly in the listing applet. And from there, you will be able to run Facebook ads from Command with that same listing. So you don't have to re-download your image, your ad copy. A lot of things are automated, and it's linked there, it's synced there. Of course, on designs, you can also do the same thing on designs, as you've seen in Marcus's video. So you can design flyers, any other things, brochure, and there's lots of templates on Command itself, and it's constantly being updated as well. So anything like Facebook's post, Facebook cover photo, Instagram post, like everything is there as well. So again, like one listing upload can allow you to just do a lot of things in one platform. So no more logging in, logging out, and all that kind of thing. So that's that. On command, there is also this thing called task. It's an applet, and that it's kind of like your to-do list, and it's actually tagged to your contacts. Yeah. So contacts is another applet on command itself. It's basically your database, is your CRM system. So all the notes and all that can actually be tagged to a contact. So in one contact card, you actually have a series of updates about this particular contact. There's a timeline, when you call this person, when you actually made a contact, what this person like, what this person want, some kind of specific direction this person want, everything. It can be tagged here. Yeah. So no more worry that you don't have to worry about like losing your phone, losing your notebook, and all that kind of thing, because I think it's safe on cloud. It doesn't take up your memory on your computer, on your phone. It's like all there. Then of course there's this thing called Smart Plan as well. You have heard Roslan mention that some of our agents are actually using this already. Yeah, so you can actually automate your follow-up process by email, by SMS, using Smart Plans on command. Again, it's tagged to your contacts. So all these things are integrated in that sense, yeah. And of course, I'm very happy to announce that we're gonna have another applet called Opportunities. This is what we are going through a lab process right now with some other regions with the worldwide team. This is actually a sales pipeline tool. So it's for us to track your business. So with this, we actually have a visibility of your business. Like for example, if you are following up with 10 person right now, you are able to actually track knowing which stage of the sales in this deal.
Yeah.
So this is what opportunities give you. It gives you visibility. You are able to now then know, for example, if I close this deal, how much I will actually be potentially getting over the end of the year and all that kind of thing. So that is what opportunities is.
Yeah. So the goal of bringing you the opportunity to become a tech-enabled agent is that we must have the technology platform to have the end-to-end solution.
Yep.
We now have. This is not a dream, this is not a vision, this is a reality. You and I today have this opportunity to have an end-to-end technology solution for your business. Now, there are many gaps and there are many opportunities for improvement, definitely, but this is the worst version you ever see about command. Right now, every single day, there are changes, there are updates, and every single quarter, you will see new updates. There will be something called KW Connect Live coming soon. There will be something called Opportunities coming soon. So there are many things that's in the pipeline because this is what we call a technology company. Many of our competitors, your competitors, are only looking at this side of the technology. They're not looking at this side. No one can claim right now, officially, they can give you a lead for less than 5 ringgit. No one. Right? We have that right now. Now, if you were to do this right now, I want you to take a look at this particular platform flowchart. I want you to see in your business right now, what can you do? What can you start? Where should you start, right? Look at this particular chart right now and think about your business. I will give you 10 seconds to think through about your business and type in the chat box what particular applet that you want to go back right now and do something about it. Type in the chat box right now which applet you want to use right now. Okay, I hope you all be putting those things on the chat box right now. I hope you'll be able to show yourself, tell yourself, make a commitment. I want to look at context. I want to look at Smart Plan. I want to look at campaigns. What is that one applet that you want to do something about it today, right now, as you go back? Right. The reality is this. The other reality is if you were to do this yourself, yeah, a lot of you say campaigns. Thank you very much, Hannah. A lot of you, if you want to do this technology, if you want to build this technology by yourself, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you a lot of money to run this already. Our goal is to find a way to bring the lowest cost ever to you so that you now have the opportunity to be ahead of your competitors. I am here to announce today, as moving forward in 2021, there will be a mandatory technology fee applicable to all agents in the whole of Redfield and Keller Williams Malaysia. All agents are to pay a technology fee to get all these things that we said just now. Everything on that particular chart we mentioned just now, you will get it. From the H property subscription to DocuSign, unlimited DocuSign, to the e-payment gateway, to all of Command and all the future things in Command as well, you will get it. The cost is 200 ringgit per agent on a monthly basis. If you pay this monthly cost, you will get the subscription of H property all inside. You will get a pro account, listings up to 600 listings with pre-deposit credits for future listings as well. You will get access to DocuSign, e-payment, unlimited documentation. This is 200 ringgit. If you choose to go on a monthly basis, now there are a lot of agents right now are struggling to go and subscribe to a whole yearly, annual package and all that. So we help you break it down into the monthly options for you, for those who kind of want to manage their finances right now. At the same time, takes the extra money, go and do a campaign, right? Now, for those who want to save money and pay upfront, you can subscribe to the 12 months payment upfront. The fees is 1850, is a 23% off from the total monthly fee. For all capping agents, I've got an announcement for you right now. All capping agents, if you cap in 2020, if you do your 1, 2, 3, 2020, or you will be capping in 2021, we will rebate that fee for you right now, 100%. We will rebate 100% of your fees. The regional office will pay that fees for you on your behalf because we want to make you successful. We want to make you successful. For all rookies right now, if you are able to achieve your 80,000 in the first 12 months, we will rebate half year of that particular year's tech fee for you in rebate. We will pay you back. Whatever you have paid back, we will pay you back. Yes, you can use your BDS, you can use whatever transaction that is pending in your company to kind of take care of that, not a problem. So here we are, guys. Our role is to help you save costs, save effort, save time so that you can do more things and do more transactions. This is the real deal here. We are not selling you something or not giving you something. We are trying to enable you to be ahead of your competitors. Here are some data right now that we want to share with you based on adoption of Command design, Command campaigns. Here's the latest data that we got. As of 23rd November, from 1st October to 23rd November, this is the data that we are getting in terms of how many leads we have. We have captured 4,128 leads, over 685 campaigns launched, 130 agents are actively using campaigns and getting leads right now. The average cost per lead right now is 1.37 USD, meaning it's about 5 ringgit per lead. I want you to sink in and think about your business right now. If you are spending 20,000 ringgit for about 100 ringgit per lead, what if you could just spend half of that right now and get double the leads? Even though you don't do more transactions right now, what if you could save that 10,000, that 15,000 right now? Think about that money that you can have for your family, in your savings. Think about the holidays. Think about the bill you're going to pay. Think about the debt you're going to take care of if you can save money by just using the technology. I was being shared, Singvei was just sharing with me this morning that we had an agent in MC3, I think it was Janice. It's about how she spent about $10 to generate leads for one of her industrial property projects. And in $10, she managed to get 7 leads. Right, for an industrial property lead, right? That's a huge thing. We have an agent from Market Center 1, Timothy, just text me late at night last night and say, you know what, I'm so excited, boss. I just spent $10 for 10 days campaign, and today is day 4. Not even $4 was spent. I got 8 leads at 46 cents per lead. And one of the leads is looking to buy a factory for 10 million ringgit. That's the power you and I have today. These are all real-time stories. These are all reality right now. This is not a dream, it's a reality. It's happening right now. Some of these agents that we have right now have successfully launched campaigns, have successfully done some success in their campaign. There was an agent in MC2 shared that she spent $63 ringgit, ran a campaign, had 50 leads, 15 appointments, 1 offer in to the listing. 63 ringgit comes a very long way. And yet you have 50 leads to follow up, 15 appointments. Think about the life that's going to change for you and your family right now if you were just to take the time and the effort to see how you can leverage on this tool. Most importantly, guys, this is an exclusive tool for you. When we were doing a real estate conference beginning of this year before COVID-19 hit us, we were displaying our technology. There were about 500 agents all around Malaysia came for this conference, and there were a long line in our booth. And everybody was asking this question: how much can I pay to subscribe to your technology? How much do I need to pay? I'm willing to pay money right now. You know what? The bad news we gave them is that, I'm sorry, this is an exclusive tool for Redfield, Keller Williams, Malaysia only. You now have that tool. Assuming you have worked with a lot of people right now, you have worked with a lot of agents, what are some of your experience in having that engagement with agents who are doing successfully in campaigns right now?
I think I heard like a lot of agents who kind of couldn't believe that, oh, it's actually not difficult to launch a Facebook ads. Like, that was like one of the reactions I get. And they're like, oh, I actually can do this, like, you know. So it probably was really daunting before Command, you know, to actually do campaign by yourself. But right now, I think a lot of agents are actually using this right now. And I think the good news for you is this: sometimes technology can seem daunting, can look like, you know, quite scary. It's not a monster, and we're gonna do this together. I just want to let you know that, like, moving forward, there will be trainings and workshops for you guys. So we're gonna start off with age prop listing portals training. So the first and second week of December, you have this training on the screen right now. Can take a screenshot of this lah. So this is your trainings for age prop. Then, of course, after that, we're gonna also have command workshop. Lucas gonna run this. Yeah, and this is a journey that we're gonna onboard together as a Redfield Keller Williams family. So yeah, today I think you should know that, like, you have seen clarity on the entire business. You are ahead of your other non-Redfield competitors. You have that ability to leverage on all the tools, all the technology given to do this. And you're not alone in this. You're doing this together with your colleagues, with all of us from the regional team. You have our support. You have the ability to actually scale your business according to the time, the cost, and effort. Yeah? And that will allow you to actually spend your time and all these resources more meaningfully. So this is your first step to be a tech-enabled agent.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Timmy. I'm going to leave this couple of minutes here. If you have any questions that you want to kind of burning inside you right now, do post it in the chat box. If I could answer it, I will answer it. The virtual supports are on there to support you to answer those questions. They're all very well briefed. All of us are kind of aligned in this. Any questions, just post it into the chat box right now so that we can try to answer you right now. Yeah, thank you very much, Roslan. Yes, we need a rest, but we are not resting yet. We are not resting yet until you guys are all adopted on command. Okay, there you go. Any questions? Any burning questions that you guys have right now? Before I go on, as I'm about to close, but I want to just share some last thoughts with you all so that you all can get a perspective and understand where we are going, right? If not, I'm going to go on right now. After this conversation, I'm sure you have a lot of detailed operational issues: where to pay, how to pay, who to pay, what to do, when can we start, this account, that account, and all that. There are a lot of things going on. It's a lot of stuff going on right now, I know. So your Market Center support staff will be sending you a Google Drive link. Let me please emphasize here clearly, right? In order for you to access this Google Drive link, please access it with your KW email. Please, can you access it with the KW email? Please use it with your KW email. You will get all the FAQs, all the information, and you will also get a link to go and a form to sign in to kind of tell us what tech-free plan option that you want. Right? Just do that. Yes, Roslan, you can share this good news. It's open for any agent to join us. This is what they will get right now if they be part of our family. Our goal is to enable every agent in this country to do their best as the fiduciary agent for the market and for the consumer. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to do. But if you have existing agent account, don't worry. Get in touch with us. We will tell you the process to make that transition smooth, right? We will tell you there's a process in place. Don't worry. Those who have accounts, we will work with you on that. You will not be charged extra for this. Trust me, okay? We also have a lot of resources that you should go to. Start watching the videos on YouTube. Start looking at the community in our workplace, where the KW Command community is a very strong community in workplace, that we can have a lot of exchanges, and you can see people's successes, people's challenges, work and learn together. We are going to do this together. Now, there are 3 things that I want you to do right now. 3 things. Number 1, immediately go decide on your tech fee plan. A monthly plan, a half-yearly plan, an annual plan. Decide which one you want, which one is comfortable for you. You go do it. Number 2, once you have done that, probably in the next 3 to 5 days, you will get the access to HProp. Key in listings as much as you can to HProp right now, because we want to populate listings inside the system, right? Number 3, 90% of agents that I talk to right now are having challenges getting leads. Run a $10 campaign, run a $20 campaign right now on command once you have put in the listing, and start generating those leads. Start learning those leads. It is it's a compulsory thing, effective January 1st, 2021. Now, I want you all to start running the campaigns right now so that you learn how to do it and learn to pivot. These are the 3 key things that I want you all to do right now. Just do this right now. Decide on the tech fee plan. Key in listing to HProp once you get access, and run a campaign on command and start generating leads. I'm going to end with this last thought, or this last statement that Josh Tim spoke to us all at MegaCamp in 2020, September this year. And he said this: there's only one real estate company that Google and Facebook will say that they are in partnership with, and that's Keller Williams. Google and Facebook has stepped up the game and came to publicly declare that they are in partnership with us from a global perspective. And the only reason why they're doing that is because we are now a technology company. The leadership of Gary Keller, Josh Teams, Bill Soteroff in Keller Williams Worldwide and all that have decided 5 years ago that we are going to be the technology company that will drive technology, that will create technology, that will collaborate with giants in the industry to bring you the best opportunity to be a tech-enabled agent. Because the reality is this: the competition is either between a tech agent that has no tech, a disabled tech agent versus an enabled tech agent. Really, that's the competition right now. We have made the choice that stand and that both declaration that we want to be the home of the tech-enabled agent. We want all of you to be tech-enabled. Now, the thing is this: you all don't have to be perfect. Just start with 1 step right now. Think about generating leads. Think about managing your database. Start somewhere first, right? Start one thing at a time. Yep. Success is sequential. Do that one thing that will change the entire business, and everything else will follow through. Getting cheap leads at 5 ringgit per lead right now, it's a blessing for all of us here today. Do you know that you are now ahead of your competition? The one that will win the battle is not the biggest, it's not the strongest, it is the one that is ahead. We are helping you to be ahead of the competition in your market right now. And I ask if you would just do your part and just kind of pivot your mindset and start using this technology so that you now can have that life that's worth living and the business that's worth having. And if you could save money or earn more money through adopting technology, you have already won part of this battle in 2021. It all begins in the mind, in the heart, and we are all here committed to drive this home with you. We are not going to rest until you get there as a tech-enabled agent. With that, as we end this conversation, there will be some videos being played at the back to kind of give a testimony of some agents that have successfully adopted command. Listen to them. If they can do it, so can you. Thank you very much, guys. You have a good rest of the day. We'll see you next time.
Whatever things that you do, or whatever situation that you're in, never give up, and always remember that digital transformation under the Industrial Revolution 4.0 is here to help. It's here to assist you in order for you to make more money on a easier way as compared to the previous culture that we have been exposed to. So never stop learning and never stop exploring things until you finally get what I get here in command.
I'm like a 30-year-old agent, and I know that I'm not at the top of my game, and I understand that. But then when I go Damansara Heights and Bangsar, because that's where I normally hang out, and I see those established agents over there in Damansara Heights and Bangsar, right? It struck me that thinking that I can beat you guys. I would say it's not just level playing field. It's like if you embrace it, if you accept that's the future, you'll win.
My 2 cents is that number one, I think that we must be brave to embrace this new technology, and we cannot be afraid to test out new things. And number 2 is, yes, experiment and test out your ads and see how different ads get different results, and then be more skillful in how to get leads and how to manage your leads, and how to shorten the time from the getting your leads and closing the deal. I think the most people are afraid to take this next step is because this is not something what they are used to do, number one. Number 2, they are spending money. Some agents do not like to spend money for marketing, so this is they are spending money for their marketing. So not being in their usual space makes them a bit scared. So we need to advise them to not be scared. We are there to support them. We can advise and guide them to get their ads on the right way, to get their ads to be more effective and more cost effective also in getting their leads, and hopefully to close their business faster.
I would just like to say that I think we have an excellent system. I mean, the command is something that is unbelievable, and we are very lucky that that Greatfield actually took this on. So I would just like to say is don't be overwhelmed by the system. If you can just try out one of the features in it and maybe master it, you will definitely see a difference. So I would encourage everyone to actually just start with one small little step. The simplest that they can start with is with design. That what I would say is very simple, it's very easy, and then move on to the others.
Before this, I was not using it, so it's a big advantage. It really helps you. It really helps you to be more organized. That's number one. And at the end, ultimately, they give you much more cheaper leads, because at the end of the day, being in this industry, lead generation is your business. It's your number one business. Without leads, you cannot convert it into sales. You don't have to use the old methods that we used before. We can probably focus and give priority on the cheaper ones that can give us better leads. Take advantage of the system that we have here, because for me, I'm just telling you based on my experience, it does give me good leads. Percentage-wise, we are talking about 35% good leads, people that really wants to buy. So it's up to you to decide to follow up whether you want to, at least assist them throughout their journey in real estate, because they are really genuine leads who really wants to buy.
I would say that technology is the reality. Technology is now. So if you don't use it now, and then you don't leverage on it, you'll just miss the boat, and that's it.